Morning lads, and welcome to today's video. We got the S15 in my driveway spot, and the skyline is kind of, I don't know if you can see it there, but it's chilling right there. You can see the wang there a little bit. Anyways, as you guys know, yesterday, how did that piece of rubber get inside there? Anyways, yesterday, you guys, if you watched the video, you would know that we've got an issue with my boost controller. And you guys probably remember as well that I've been complaining about this thing. Feels like it's got a loss of power. And I just thought maybe my turbo was on its way out, or there's potentially another exhaust leak or a manifold crack or something like that. But it turns out it's my boost controller. My boost controller has failed, and we've just been running on wastegate spring pressure this entire time. I've been way too lazy to even investigate and look into the issue. The only things that I did was when we re-welded up the exhaust manifold again, I did a boost leak check and pressurized the whole system, found no, boost leaks. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it's just the turbo on its way out, or there's an exhaust leak somewhere or something. So that's why I just kind of left things and was just way too lazy to investigate any other issues. Now, I suspect it could actually be that something's happened to the wiring for the solenoid here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all of this off today. I'm going to try and tidy up a bit of stuff in there, get things looking a little bit nicer, clean up some of the power steering fluid that's been leaking down there. That's like kind of my yucky spot in the S15. See all the power steering fluid that kind of just overflows out of this terrible aftermarket reservoir. So that's all being replaced. We've got the brand new Chase Bays one inside that we're replacing with the hot side and stuff. Today we were actually planning to go check out a new potential shop, but the landlord said that he needed a few more days to get things ready or something. So we're either going to be checking out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and this is like literally double the size as the old one. So I'm really excited about the potential that this could be our new shop. Today, just working on the S15, sorting out those issues, getting this thing running as it should be. Let's jump into it. I'm gonna get my tools out and just start pulling this thing apart. Depending on time and how long it takes me to fix this, we may be going to HRS and hanging out with John as well, that Evo specialty shop we checked out before, because he's working on a Sylvia there. But for now, let's jump into this, see if we can get our boost back. So I pulled everything out and actually found that the intercooler piping had crushed this wire here, and I kind of repaired it, taped it back up, and I've put it all back in there. Now I have no way of testing this unless I take this out for a drive, so I'm putting everything back together again. If this doesn't fix it, then we know that this thing's broken, either the controller unit inside or this thing is, and I have that other one that Okachan gave me that I can switch in. So for now, I'm just gonna put the piping back on with the airflow meter so I can take this thing out for a little test drive and boost it, and then we'll see if we're making what we should be. 1.4 bar is what this car normally runs at. So let's get that done. Taking a quick moment to tell you about today's video sponsor, which is Dafsky. If you don't know what Dafsky is, let me show you. This here is a perfect representation of everything that is Dafsky. And if you don't know yet, they are an online store dedicated to selling the biggest range of air fresheners and variety that I've ever seen. And I think what I love about Dafsky is there is something there for everyone. They currently have a bunch of these really cool limited edition ones. Probably the Taco is my favorite, but they do have the classic Icy Pop one, so make sure you go check them out, guys. I think what's great is not only will your car smell great, but you also get to pick something that is styled and themed in whatever kind of genre in the car scene you're going after. So head to dafsky.com and get yourself some air fresheners for your rides. I promise you, you will not regret it. And thank you, Dafsky, for sponsoring this video. And remember, guys, support the companies that support me. I would not be able to be doing the things that I'm doing today if it wasn't for companies like Dafsky. Everything's all back together. Let's go take this thing out for a quick little drive and see how it feels now. If this doesn't fix it, oh, then I've got this wiring mess here to sort out on my seat. Hopefully it's as simple as just that. Wire being crushed and a bit damaged, but Oh boy, I really hope that's all it was. I wish there was some test feature like on this HKS EVC controller. Because they use a stepping motor, it's not a solenoid, there's no like clicking sound, so you can't really test the unit at all. It's really hard. So, I guess all we gotta do is go out for a drive, let this thing warm up, and then hopefully we're making full boost. So it's not looking good, guys. We're still not making any more than 0.97 bar. So it looks like there is something definitely up with this boost controller. I've just tried turning the knob up even more on the mode that we're in to see if we gain any extra boost, and if we don't, then we know that it's just not working whatsoever. I've checked that everything's plugged in, everything's working as it should, everything's configured correctly. There's no like it's not turned off or anything like that, so there's definitely something up with this controller, I'm pretty sure. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else like mechanically that could be wrong, but everything in my mind is that if there was a hole or a melted like vacuum line going to the wastegate, it would make more boost, not less. So I think it's just the stepping motor slash the solenoid thing is just not working or being controlled whatsoever, which sucks, because this thing here has definitely got vacuum, like everything here is accurate and correct. So yeah, I don't know. I just want to see if this thing makes more than 1 bar. Survey says no. Big fat no. So I've got another thought that it may not actually be the boost controller. Because I have a 2-port wastegate, one where you're feeding boost to the bottom of the wastegate, and then the top one is essentially where you're also feeding boost, and the boost controller is regulating how much boost it's sending to the bottom one to keep it like the gate closed. So what I'm thinking is, if that line going to the bottom port on the wastegate got melted and is venting to atmosphere, then in theory that would mean that the wastegate is only being controlled by the top port, and if there's no boost pressure in the bottom port pushing the flapper up, we could be making a lot less boost and only be restricted to wastegate spring pressure. At least I think so. So I'm gonna just check the lines that are covered by the heat proofing stuff down around the exhaust manifold where the wastegate is, and just check both lines are in good condition and not damaged. But that's the final thing I'm gonna check before I rip out this HKS EVC boost controller, and we'll go with the Blitz SBC boost controller that Oka-chan gave me that uses a proper solenoid. So we're gonna check all of that, and we'll make a move from there. So I think we are onto something here. Here are the lines that go to my wastegate, and I jumped on the phone and spoke to Oka-chan about it, and I was just running through with him my thought process on everything, and he found the diagram for the wastegate that I have. And if this black line here has failed, which goes to the top port, not the side port, so I was a bit mixed up, but if this line that goes to the top port has a hole in it, then the wastegate will only ever run at wastegate like spring pressure. So I really do think we're onto something here. So I'm going to pull this all off, all this fiberglass shielding here. I think there's a really black spot here that was touching against the downpipe, and that it's probably melted the hose. So I'm going to pull that off and let's see what we find. We are right on the money, guys. Look at that massive burn mark and cracks in the hose going to the wastegate on that spot, exactly like I thought. Man, I'm so glad I thought through all of this and like went over everything, because otherwise I would have been ripping out that boost controller and having to wire and run things through the firewall for a broken hose. Sometimes it's the simplest stuff, and I always find that seems to be the case with this car so far. You know, all these issues I've had have always just been simple, quick, easy fixes. I'm going to get some new hose and we're going to rerun this whole line, and then we'll be making 1.4 bar again. I'm pumped. Now this might be hard to see, but I've got all the new wastegate lines all piped in. That top one, black one there, is the new one, and I've rerouted everything along the side of the chassis here. Before, it used to loop in around between the downpipe and down into here, so it was exposed to a lot of heat on the downpipe. But now along the side of the chassis there, it's got a lot of distance, so it should never get that hot ever again. So moment of truth, let's take the S15 out and see if we now got a full boost again. I'm a little bit scared about the dial and how I've wound it all up, so we'll have to start low and work our way up again. So probably going to jump on the highway, because that's the best way to configure it. Let's go. Survey says, we're going to hit full boost or what? Woo! Woo! Yeah, boy, that's what I'm talking about. 1.48 bar. All right, she's a little bit too high, so we're gonna turn it down a tiny bit. But she's back, baby. She's back. Oh, it's so good. You guys know, since we're making full boost, I had to do a celebratory coffee run. Caramel macchiato, get in me. Finished taking the S15 for a little joyride. Worlds collide. We're at HRS, an Evo specialty shop with John, the filthy Brit. What have you got here, John?
I don't know.
He's got a box of goodies.
Hopefully it's not full of scrap metal parts.
Is it full of crumpets and tea? There's some pretty cool stuff they're working on right now. Love me a good Evo. Hey, hopefully my Evo will be on the hoist in here one day soon. Hey, John.
No, we don't have scrap Evo.
Oh. Mate, that looks like some serious stuff.
Should be alright, shouldn't it?
We might have to pause the video while you unbox some stuff.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, let's hit pause because everything's wrapped up individually. So John has just finished unpackaging every little piece. And if you know what this is, these little guys here, these are dogs, right? Is that right? Did I get that right?
Woof woof.
Woof woof.
These are the dog selector gears.
Yeah. And all of this, right, this is seriously the best bang for buck solution for anyone with a blown R154. Don't do a CD09 swap, because if you do that, by the time you buy everything, like to do the conversion, you miss,
more expensive.
And you're gonna hate yourself because you're gonna hate the feeling of the shifter. Trust me, I know people that have literally gone through 10 different shifter brands to try and find something that feels good. But this is a full dog, like gear set, right? I guess.
Gear set for the R154, the Mark III Supra. They make them for the Mark IV 6-speed.
Yep.
They make them for the R154, the early and the late type as well. Like compared to Speed Tech, because Speed Tech is another company from America that does the, you know, the full rebuild kit.
Yep.
Their gears don't come off of this shaft.
Yeah.
Where these gears are
actually all removable and replaceable.
Because the stock shaft from Toyota, you can't remove them. So when you strip a gear, like you know,
you lose the whole shaft.
Third or fourth gear, then the whole shaft is gone. That's correct. Yeah.
So that's really good, especially in motorsport. If you just teared up one of these gears, you could replace it. If you could even do that, because these are some pretty beefy gears.
They are. Yeah.
Like. What's this? That's reverse. That's got to be reverse.
That's reverse. This is like less than or more than half the size of the original reverse gear. So this frees up some space in the rest of the casing.
Okay. So you can fit all the big boys in there.
That's it. So you can allow for these gears to be 6 mil wider than stock. So instead of 22 mil, these are 28 mil gears.
Sick. And what is something like this retail for someone who wants, let's say they've got a blown R154 and they drop it off to you to get this installed? What's that?
Here in Japan, to get something like this is going to cost you around $5,500 US.
That's so good though.
It's not bad, you know, you haven't got to spend out for a new clutch or a prop shaft or anything.
Yeah, or the adapter plate, buying a brand new CD09, a tail shaft, one-piece tail shaft, the shifter. Cutting up your trans tunnel.
That's it. So what we do is we're starting to supply these through Boostar, which is Team Reverse's sort of spin-off company, and he's supplying these to a lot of the guys in motorsport here in Japan.
Yeah, I'm honestly so pumped. I've never had a dog box in my life, and you said they make these for the RB too, right?
That's right, yeah. RB for the 5-speed, and they also make them for the, you know, the Get Drag 6-speed as well.
Ooh. Yeah. So, when I finally blow the R154, which is a JZX 110 R154 on my Chaser Ebisu missile, I'll be putting one of these in it, most likely. And then...
definitely the way to go, man.
Definitely the way to go?
100%.
And then when we build the Skyline, we need to do one as well, I think.
That's it.
Because, yeah, the Skyline, the stock transmissions are normally, like, once you start going above 500, they get a bit sketchy, don't they?
That's it. They're like cheese, mate.
Yeah, cheese. That's a good example. All right, well, that's that then. Go get yourself a dog box, boys. Saying goodbye to all the gears, the pretty gears.
That's it. Off they go to be checked in the office and then sent out to the customer, which is good.
So if anyone like in Japan, if you're on base or stuff like that, and you want to get one of these gear sets,
then yeah, hit me up, Verizon Sun Export. Just give me a call and I can get one of these imported for you, no problem. I can even put it in the gearbox and, you know, install it all for you, no worries. So bring your gearbox in, I'll change the gear set and you can come pick up the gearbox.
How long does it take normally to like change a gear set like this? Like a day?
I would say a day to just get through it, like all properly, everything's set, all the gears oiled up and everything. Yeah.
And that's like new bearings and everything like that?
That's it, that's with all fresh bearings, that's with everything redone.
Hell yeah.
In its original casing, but everything is all brand new inside.
Awesome. Nice shirt, by the way, dude. Do you know they just started uploading again?
I know, because I told them to. Jared,
there you guys know. There you guys know. You're
supporting.
Solely responsible for bringing back Mayhem Inc.
That's it.
They better be shipping you some like New Zealander snacks or drinks or something because... Yeah, Jared, if you're watching this, send him a big box of tea or something and some crumpets. So just left Garage HRS, and I think what I'm going to do is go head to Daikoku, PA, and hang out with some friends there and just enjoy driving this thing around. It's been so long since I've had this S15 with full boost like this, and it's crazy that like I literally didn't even like really realize or look into it until now because I just assumed something was wrong with my turbine. Oh man. Successfully made it to Daikoku and it is packed tonight. Definitely a rad night. I need to do a bit of a walk around and see what's here, but there's just tons of cool cars. That's actually a pretty cool 350. Very cool. JZX80. There's a whole bunch of Land Cruisers up here too. Actually, I think we're gonna start there because I have not seen a Land Cruiser this jacked up and high in Japan. There's a guy polishing some R34 headlights. All right. So normally, I don't know, like I guess like four-wheel driving is a thing in Japan. It totally is. It's just obviously it's not as popular as I'd say like, you know, just normal kind of tuning cars, right? But this is very cool. Look at this thing. It's taller than I am. This thing's huge. Now, typically when you see a cruiser this high up in the air, normally like the wheels are further out, but I think if this thing was any wider, you wouldn't be able to fit it down normal roads in Japan at all. There's a lot of small, skinny roads, and dude, I would hate to be the one driving this half of the time in Japan. It'd be a nightmare. I'm sure he runs over stuff all the time, particularly K cars probably, just eats them for breakfast. Very cool. A few more jacked up ones. Not bad. So good to see some cruisers here. I wonder if this is for shucking purposes. This is technically the fender, so I guess the widest point of the car. So if the tires don't protrude that, technically the police can't give them trouble. Another 350. So many cool cars out here tonight. Nice Senki S14. Hey. This Odyssey's pretty interesting. Not bad, another S14 there. Got an S15 here. JZX100 rolling in. Oof. Another one. Not gonna lie, I am really liking the Crestas more than I think the Mark IIs and the Chasers. This thing's sick. Beautiful NSX. God, I've been seeing, oh, there's another one and another one. 3, all here. I've seen a lot of these lately. Such a cool car. Damn. Anyways, tonight's not really a PA video. I just wanted to enjoy the S15 and come to a place where I can enjoy cars as well. Damn, this NSX is actually sick. Loving the Wang game on that. You don't really see many people modify their NSXs, probably because they're pretty much already perfect, but this is very cool. Slammed Hachiroku. Not bad. Love it. Hashtag bring Underglow back, y'all. Woo woo! Time to head home. And here's this beautiful NSX driving past. Really do love this one. I love that body kit. I have no idea what it is, but it looks sick. So cool. Tonight's so busy that the police are trying to do crowd control. They're not closing it down, but they're trying to like direct people out and not park and stuff, letting people stay. There's even people like, see how they're all parked on the side of the exit here? They're all parked in the truck section and whatnot. Very cool night. Just got home, and honestly today I am so happy. I fixed that issue with the boost. We're making full power again. And now, not only does the car feel awesome, and I've realized that the car's probably not been making full power for like 6 months now, but I also realized that I was having this weird issue sometimes when drifting and stuff, or even just like driving on the street, where when I would, you know, be quite heavy on the accelerator and the throttle, and it would come down, it would almost like want to stall out, and it acted like it had a vacuum leak. That's now fixed too, because obviously that line going to the wastegate had a huge hole in it. So I guess that was also a vacuum leak under vacuum. There you go. Simplest things, isn't it crazy? Anyways, I'm pumped. S15's got power again. I'm pumped to go drifting in it and just feel the difference, because I think I've just gotten used to it. And this whole time I've been like, man, I really want more power out of this thing, because it had lost so much power and I had no idea, which is also why it's struggling when I want to do third gear drifting. I also think it progressively got worse. I think the hole got bigger. I think initially it was just like a crack, and then it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because I would have noticed it if it was just like all of a sudden full boost and now gate spring pressure, but it didn't go down like that. I think it just progressively got worse and the hole got bigger, and more air was escaping and whatnot. So anyways, there you guys go. Hope you guys learned a lesson today. Sometimes it's the simplest thing ever. Don't always just assume something else bigger is the issue and avoid fixing the problem. And that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Smash that like button, write us a comment, and subscribe. Go get yourself some merch from SAMMIT.net, and I'll catch you all in tomorrow's video. Peace out. Ciao mata.